Adrianne Carter, also known as the Face Whisperer. I'm an expert in facial expressions, emotions and behaviour and interpreting them. There are 43 muscles of the face, and those 43 muscles can make over 16,500 different facial expressions. 3,000 of those expressions are directly linked to emotions. So as you can imagine, I'm quite busy interpreting emotions a lot of the time. Some people lie better than others, and there are two main reasons why this can be the case. The first reason is they may be really practiced at it. It may be something they started as a very young child to get themselves out of a sticky situation, and it worked, so they kept doing it. And then as adults, they're very practiced at it, so it becomes really hard to spot when they're not telling the truth because they're so practiced at it. The second reason is some people actually believe their own lies, and these are next to impossible to spot because they tell it as if it was the truth. And in their own minds, it is the truth because perhaps they've said it over and over and over in their own minds. So again, in this situation, extremely hard to spot a lie because the person saying it doesn't believe it's a lie. Darting eyes back and forth can often tell us that people are looking to see if their lie or what they've said is being believed. And it also is a sign of an inner stress going on. You know, you might be able to see my eyes going like that now. Is it being believed? Is it being believed? They become very wary. So the adrenaline's high when you see the darting eyes back and forth. The adrenaline's high, and it's very much that fight or flight response. Am I being believed? Rapid blinking. This is always a sign that there's inner stress or distress or inner turmoil going on. It doesn't always mean there's lying involved, but sometimes it does. What you need to do to identify this, if there's something really going on inside that you need to know about for the other person, is what's their normal blink rate? What was being spoken about? What was happening when their blink rate changed? Rapid blinking can be an indication that someone is very uncomfortable and maybe with what they're saying or what's happening around them. So it could be a sign of lying. I'm often asked about looking to the right and looking to the left when someone is recounting some information, and is it a sign of lying? Well, the honest answer is very rarely is it a sign of lying. It comes from a premise in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, that says when someone is a right-handed person, when someone is telling a story and they look up to the right, that they're making the story up. And if that right-handed person is telling a story and they look to the left, they're telling the truth. But there is no scientific basis for this. Face touching is what we call a pacifying behaviour. You know, as children, as young babies, we suck our thumbs or we suck a dummy or we have a blanket to pacify us and to give us comfort. Face touching is the adult version of those activities. When someone touches their face, it's because they're trying to pacify themselves. A lot of the times you'll see people when they're particularly feeling vulnerable and uncomfortable, they might just stroke their neck like this. It's not always a sign of lying, but sometimes it is. Particularly, it will happen when someone feels very uncomfortable with what they're asked or what they're telling. You watch their face, watch where their hands go. Does it go to here? Does it go here? Oftentimes to the neck. That's more when they're feeling vulnerable, but facially, people pacify themselves or start fiddling, and that's the adult version of self-comfort. We've heard many times about the poker face, and it's a fascinating subject, and it's something I'm really passionate about understanding more of and identifying. The best poker faces, though, have a secret to them, which not many people realise. Most people, when they pull a poker face, do this and might stiffen their facial expression so that they're not showing anything, and they think that's a poker face. The best way to get a poker face is actually to relax the muscles in your face. So, you know, have a neutral facial expression is what we call it, so that there's no muscle movement anywhere happening, but your face is in neutral position, but not held tightly to those muscles. So those muscles are relaxed with not doing anything. And this is the best way to have a poker face.